Welcome back to our session on the mechanics of writing. In the previous session, we were talking about the important factors of the mechanics of writing. And in the process, we were seeing the punctuation marks and things like that. Presently, we will go to the next portion, that is parenthesis. Parentheses are used to some extent in research works. They are used to enclose parenthetical remarks and to enclose some items in documentation. Next, we have the quotation marks. We have two types of quotation marks. One is a double quotation and the other is a single quotation. We usually enclose in double quotation marks words to which attention is being directed, while the use of single quotation marks for definitions or translations that appear without intervening punctuation. Slashes or virgules are used to separate lines of poetry and elements of dates. To enclose phonemic transcription and occasionally to separate alternative words. We make use of square brackets for an unavoidable parenthesis within a parenthesis. We usually use it to enclose interpolations in a quotation or in incomplete data. We use square brackets to enclose phonetic transcription. Next we have the comma that is called the Oxford comma. It is also known as serial comma, series comma or Howard comma. It is a comma which is placed immediately before the coordinating conjunction. It is usually placed after the penultimate item in a list of 3 or more items before and or. Example, A, B, and C. Used for more than a century and part of the Oxford University Press style, commonly used in US and Canadian English. It is especially necessary to prevent ambiguity. Now we are using this Oxford comma in order to resolve ambiguity. The following sentence looks ambiguous. To my parents, Annie Rand and God. Here we can see that because Rand and God can be taken as parents, so there is an ambiguity whether God is a separate person as it is. The correct form of the sentence, if you are going to use an Oxford comma, will be to my parents and Rand and God. So here you are dedicating something to your parents and to God. They are both separate entities. The inclusion of the serial comma removes the ambiguity. We have another example. Today I went to lunch with my roommates Tony and Molly. So he went for lunch with his two roommates. They are Tony and Molly. In spite of using the Harvard comma, we still have some sentences where there are unresolved ambiguity. For example, the following sentence. They went to Oregon with Betty, a maid, and a cook. Can be ambiguous. Even if it is written as follows without the series comma. They went to Oregon with Betty, a maid, and a cook. Here, in the second sentence, it leaves the possibility that Betty is one single person who is both a maid and a cook.